Hello and welcome. Today we've got something simple for you. So sit down, take a round, and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to another Ask Kev Anything. Yeah, episode 23. We've done 23 of these things, believe it or not. 23 times I've sat down and read your questions to me. So without further ado, here's another Ask Kev Anything. This one's going to probably be a little shorter. A lot of cool videos coming out in the next few weeks for you guys. Trust me. It'll be in your best interest to stay tuned because there's a lot of cool stuff coming out. So yeah, sit down, stick around, and enjoy. Okay, so the first question we're going to start with here is from Ultimate Comic Art Addict. And he writes, "Hi Kev, since you have this huge toy collection and comics, I wonder where do you keep this gigantic, enormous collection in store? I don't mean to be rude, but I guess if your home would be full of this stuff, it would be hard to invite friends to your home and watch, I don't know, playoff games, Super Bowl, something like that. And sometimes if foreign people enter your home, they at least would make big eyes. That's what they do if unknown people visit me, like friends of friends. I got that problem by myself. As you can relate to adding name, I also have a big collection of comics, mangas, and other stuff. I really don't know where to store the stuff. I'd like to know, if you deal with that problem. P.S. You're awesome." Oh, thank you. Do I deal with the problem of having a lot of stuff? I have shitloads of stuff. Tons of action figures and comics and all that stuff. See, the way it worked is when me and my wife bought the house that we're living in now, basically we did the basement, we finished it, and that was pretty much my room. The proverbial, as they call it, man cave. So it was a man cave for me, and I was basically able to to do whatever I wanted in there. I'm very lucky. She lets me get away with a lot. Amy really does. So yeah, so that's where all my stuff is. My huge collection is downstairs in the man cave. So yeah, actually in a few videos from now I might actually show you guys a little bit how it's set up. And I've never really shown my collection online. It's not something I really want to do. Not that it's anything great or anything big or anybody else or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, I just never did. I don't know why I just didn't. I'd rather just show little glimpses and pieces, through the videos. Let you guys guess what it looks like. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. People come over, watch the TV upstairs. Or I like to entertain my friends downstairs too, in the man cave. You know what I mean? Watch a movie, sporting event, like you say, hockey game, something like that. Always interesting to watch it downstairs, amidst all the figures. Most of my friends, they respect that, most of my friends are actually collectors, so they like that kind of stuff, so never had a problem with it. So yeah, that's my answer, I guess. We're going to go to the next one here. Next question. And it is... Actually, it's kind of related to the whole toy thing. It's from Starscream. And he writes, "Do you think you will still be interested in toys and action figures when you are in your 50s? Well, I still got a little ways to go to my 50s. About 20 years. But will I still be interested in it? I don't know. I would assume so. If I've kept interest this long, I would assume the interest is going to continue. So I would assume that I still have interest in my action figures, even when I'm in my 50s, or I would hope so. I've always been a collector of something, so I don't think that the fact of me stop collecting something is ever going to change. That's just who I am. It's in my DNA, it's a part of me, and yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to change that. So I'll be a collector when I'm 50. I'll be a collector when I'm 90. I'll be a collector when I'm 150. Actually, no, I'll be decomposing at 150. Finally, decompose. It's decomposing. But, yeah, until then, I will definitely be a collector of something. Hope that answers your question. Let's go to another question here. It's from Mike Colher. I think I got that right. Okay. He asks, it's about, Michael Turner. He says, since Michael Turner's passed away, very sad in the comic world, has lost one of the best artists, and I agree, he's a great artist. He says, basically, the Batman comics that he wrote, Superman, Batman, their stuff, will they go up in price? Because apparently he has Batman number 8, Batman Superman number 8, in both the ink color and the black and white pencil color. He also says, actually, why is the color cover worth more than the black and white? I don't really know officially why the color is worth more. Maybe because it was less produced. I'm really not sure. I don't really know. It's not a series I ever read or actually kept in touch with. So to tell you the truth, I'm not really sure. Probably because there was less printed. It's the only thing I can really see. It's the only real reason any comic is worth more than another when it's the same comic. It's because of either the printing run or the amount of issues that are actually printed of that particular version, and then it being sought after later on. As for his books going up in value, just because someone dies doesn't necessarily mean their stuff's going to go up in value. There's a kind of misconception out there. People think, okay, well, this guy is dead, so his stuff is going to go up in value, or people are going to want it more. It's not necessarily the truth. When somebody passes away, sure enough, there's a little spike at that point where people do want or covet more this individual's, art or something. But let's see, the comic books, millions of these are printed. You know what I mean? Maybe the original art that he drew, yeah, because that's one of a kind. To have a Batman Superman number 8 is not one of a kind, you know what I mean? There's thousands of them, hundreds of thousands of them. But to have the actual page that he drew, you know what I mean, that's a little different. But in generality, I mean, I don't think that just because you pass away, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to become more popular by any means, although with the exception lately, you might look at Michael Jackson. Although that guy was always popular. I mean, suddenly there's a resurgence, because of his death, but even that right now you're hearing less and less of it, and it's always the way it is. It doesn't mean the individual isn't popular, it just means that, in the beginning there's always a big spike and people get all emotionally involved in it, and then after a while they just kind of just settle down and that's that. You know what I mean? There's always going to be fans. There's going to be fans, of Michael Turner. There's going to be fans of Michael Jackson. It's always going to be there. But I don't think that somebody necessarily dying actually will bring up their stock, or value in anything they've done. I mean, if anything, it might even be a deterrent in the end. Let's see, for an example, a hockey player. For those of you who are familiar with Pelle Lindbergh, great goaltender from the Philadelphia Flyers, died in a car accident. His rookie cards worth what, $13, $15? I can't remember now. Anyways, would Pelle's rookie card be worth that if he died? If it wasn't so tragic when he died? Maybe. Maybe it'd be worth more. Maybe if he would have lived, he would have became one of the greatest goaltenders of all time. Like they were, like they expected him to become. And instead of $13, it'd be worth like $50. Who knows? Sometimes passing away doesn't necessarily bring up your stock, but it stops you from achieving other things that might have made your stock even bigger. I don't know, it's just my opinion. So take it with a grain of salt. It's just what I think. Next question. It's from Matthew. And he writes, "Hey, your videos about comics are really good, but I haven't seen anything about Superman, Captain Marvel, or other classic characters. Can you make 101s or specials about them? Thanks. P.S. I'm Portuguese, so sorry for my bad English." Not a problem, Matthews. Norris. Not bad at English at all. I understood it. So yeah, so you're wondering about the whole, doing old characters. Well, I did kind of talk about Batman a few times. He's kind of an old character. He's pretty much as old as Superman, comic book wise. Take a few months. So I did do something there. When I'm going to do something on Superman or Captain Marvel, for sure I'll do something on Superman because he is one of my favorites. So he will definitely get some treatment at some point. Captain Marvel, not really a big fan, but I would never say never, Maybe someday, Shazam! You'll see something, who knows. But I'm not ruling anything out, put it that way. There's a lot of different things in comics, a lot of different comics that I read that I would be willing to talk about. So, who knows? Keep tuned. You never know what you're going to see. Next question here is from Red Thunder, and he writes, "Hey Kev, have you ever thought of creating your own comic book characters? If you have, would you share some of them with us on a future video, please?" Have I thought about it? Yes. Very much so. I've got 2 comic characters in mind, and they've been in there for a while, and I'm working at them in my head. I would love to see them published. Love it. But unfortunately, I can't draw worth crap. So, I would have to get a pretty good artist to draw out my idea and actually create a comic book. I've always wanted to do it. I'm more than willing to do it. And it's too bad I've checked through the Image comic submissions because, Image might be a way to go because they actually accept independent stuff. And, you need the artist and everything, and you need to send a portfolio with all the art and all that. And it's, like, I can't draw. I can write. I used to write short stories all the time. I used to write stories of all kinds, I'm good at writing. I'm good at telling a story. But, I can't really draw anything except for a rabbit and a cat, which are 2 things that I draw. They kind of look the same. I draw a rabbit and a cat. That's all I can really draw. So, yeah, so, I'd love to do it. I got 2 ideas in my head which I think would be strong. Definitely. Really, I'm not going to reveal those here just in case it ever happens. But yeah, if you're a comic book publisher or a very good artist, drop me a line. It'd be fun. I'd enjoy it. Next question from Tito. And he writes, "Who would win in a double penalty no fault cage match? Chuck Norris or Venom?" Keep in mind, Chuck Norris has had 2 grenades for breakfast that day, while Venom had the more traditional pancakes with a side of hash browns and doom. Whoa. That's a deep question, man. I like it. Pancakes, hash browns, side of doom for Venom, 2 grenades for Chuck Norris. Now, gotta keep in mind here, is this Chuck Norris today or just a young Chuck Norris? Because in my opinion, a young Chuck Norris, well, he's a lot stronger than any symbiote. Chuck Norris is the man. You don't want to mess with that stash, but he would take you out in a heartbeat. So I think, for the sake of argument, if this is young Chuck Norris you're referring to, Tito, yeah, Chuck Norris would pretty much kick Venom's ass. It wouldn't even be a contest. I know that Venom has a symbiote, Eddie Brock's a big guy, but Chuck Norris, this guy invented karate. He invented it. I don't care. People say, "Oh, karate's from the Orient." No, fuck no. Chuck Norris invented karate. He invented all forms of hand-to-hand combat. Everybody seen the UFC? They're all Chuck wannabes. Chuck wannabes. Yeah, so, yeah, seriously, yeah, Chuck Norris, yeah, he'd fuck Venom up hardcore. Yeah, he'd fuck him up. I'm telling you. Okay. Let's go to the next question from Joe, and he writes, for future video, I think you should do an Iron Fist or Excalibur 101 class. And if you were a superhero, what powers would you want? Will I do Iron Fist, Excalibur? Not sure. You got a better chance of seeing Iron Fist from me than Excalibur. Will I do it? I don't know. Who knows? Perhaps. I'll think about it. There's a lot of comic things I gotta get to. What superpower would I want? Invisibility. The ultimate power. Invisibility. What would be cooler than just to be invisible all the fucking time? Nobody know where the hell you are. If you're there, you're watching shit. There's so much stuff that you could do with invisibility. So many things. It'd be such a great power to have. There's nothing better than to be invisible. I think it'd be top of the line power. I mean, you can have other stuff, you know, like flying and shit like that, you know. I could just go on a plane, sit in the seat. Nobody know I'm there. I'd just be there sitting down like, hey, fuck, man, yeah, it's a good flight, huh? Oh, you can't see me? Oh, fuck, too bad, huh? Yeah, I'm invisible. Yeah, I got that shit, yeah. Yeah, I was hit by lightning. Yeah, fuck. Superpower, man, you should try it, man. You should, you know, hold up a fucking garden pole, fucking 9-iron on a golf course, you know, when you got some lightning out there or something, man. Trust me, man, this is the shit. You have never, ever seen something so awesome than this, man. The shit that I get into. Unbelievable. So yeah, invisibility. Invisibility. Next question. Okay. Hey Dika, it's from a Super Mr. 101. Hey DCompose, love your videos. Okay, the question is, what was your favorite part of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen? Mine was when Prime kicked all those Decepticon asses in the forest, and I wanted to hear your opinion on your favorite part. Favorite part of Revenge of the Fallen? There are two. That part there in the woods, the fight with Prime. Great scene. Love the IMAX because it opened up. Love that part of it. Definitely a very good fight. Enjoyed that. My other favorite part, I think, was seeing Devastator combine. The whole combination. Even though he didn't do much, just to see a robot that size and the Constructicons just merging together and the way it merged. Definitely those are the two highlights of the movie for me. So yeah. Next question from No506. And he writes, hi, I too am from Canada. It rocks. So I want to know, what do you think of Trailer Park Boys? They are great Canadians. The Trailer Park Boys are fucking awesome. Love the Trailer Park Boys. Love them since their little mini movie and Inception with the show. I've always watched them. They actually filmed not too far from here. Actually, the guy that plays Ricky, Rob Wells, is actually from my hometown. So it's pretty cool. Definitely big fan of the show. Always have been. They're all cool, you know what I mean? Fucking Leahy's just fighting, you know, propane, propane, time to start the flame, propane, propane. And Bubbles like, propane, propane. What the fuck was he on, Julian? Fucking cocksucker. Love it. Love that shit. Trailer Park Boys is definitely a very funny show. I hope they keep making movies because it's a great show. It's a great Canadian show. It's a maritime show. It's awesome. High-end quality comedy. Trailer Park Boys. And this one's from Mike, and it kind of ties into our first question, and this is where we're going to end for this Ask Kev Anything. Hey Kev, I've been meaning to ask you for quite a while now. As a past collector, my collections were destroyed. Oh yeah, sorry to hear about that, man. I can imagine that would suck royally to have your collection destroyed. Sorry about that. I was wondering about your wife's feelings about all your toys and comics. I mean, they seem to take up a fair amount of space, and my wife would not really be into having things like Transformers and such hanging from my walls. One, does Miss McGrath, Amy, collect anything like you do? And if so, what does she collect? Okay, I'm going to stop there and answer that part of it right away. Amy collects some things. She collects some Barbies. She also collects some Care Bears, kind of, because I kind of buy them for her. So I guess kind of that stuff. Is she hardcore into collecting? No, not like me. You say here that, you know, that your wife wouldn't really have things hanging from the walls and all that. I mean, me and Amy knew what she was getting into when she met me. All of my old girlfriends knew what they were in when they met me. It's what I am. I'm a toy collector. I like it. I like action figures. And some of them have to be displayed on the wall. If they're carded, they gotta go on the wall. I mean, where's it gonna see them? Put them in a box? You know, just boxes, cardboard boxes as far as the eye can see. Not really interested in that. I have to see my stuff. And she understands that, and we had, you know, and she was good with that, and, you know, she respects that, and that's fine, you know. I know she has her things that she likes, and I have my things that I like. So she's very understanding on that side. So I'm very happy about that. Number 2, when you go to conventions, does she come with you, and if so, for support, or is she into toys and such? She doesn't come to conventions with me, or she hasn't yet. I'll probably be going to Transformer Con, TFCon in Toronto this summer, I assume. If so, she'll be coming. Other than that, she doesn't come to cons with me. I've only really been to BotCon. She wanted to come though, she's going to get the time off. But does she come into Walmart and that, or other places for toy runs with me? Yes, she does. Does she really like it? Not necessarily. But, you know, it's kind of like, it is what it is, right? She, you know, give me some understanding in a relationship. I mean, to me, collecting toys is a lot less worse than other things I could be doing, you know, with my money. So I don't really think it's a problem in that retrospect. So, yeah, I suppose if I would go to a convention, she would come. For sure, if she could. And she'll probably come to Transformer Con this summer. So look for us at Transformers Con. And third question in that was, what would you consider your most prized action figure? And what would you consider your most prized single comic? Oh, and how is Brock doing? Figure, probably my boxed original Fort Max. Dead mint condition. I'd definitely go with the Fort Max, I guess. Comic book, probably the first appearance of the Green Goblin, someone that stands out of my mind right now. So yeah, so the boxed original Immaculate Fort Max, and the first appearance, which was Amazing Spider-Man 14, of the Green Goblin. Those are my 2 prized, I think. And yes, how Brock is. Brock is fine. Brock is one happy wiener. There are a lot of wieners out there, but no wieners quite as happy as Brock. He's a happy wiener. Wiener dog! That's it for today. Keep watching the videos. There's a lot of new stuff coming out. I'm actually probably going to be getting a new camera as well. You might see DCompose go in HD. Who knows? At least you'll be seeing getting out of this little box and go at least to 16:9. If it's going to be HD or not, I'm really not sure at this point. But there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out in the next month, during the month of December. I think you guys are going to enjoy the stuff, trust me. I'll try to make it as entertaining as possible, as I always try to. And yeah, so until next time, guys, take care. Later.